Hi there. Today we're going to do some metaphorical science experiments to see how science is faked. This is especially for corporate science, and I have a past where I've been involved in science. I know how science works, and I've seen how science is faked. And so, what what we do first is we come up with a hypothesis, and I'm going to say that I believe that there's beach sand in this vial here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up our criteria for our test. We're going to say, yeah, I'm going to look at that, right? And so you look at it first. Well, it kind of looks like sand, but that's not enough, right? And so what we're going to do is we're going to dump it out, and we're going to have a look at it. Well, definitely looks like beach sand to me, right? It doesn't have to be any specific kind of beach sand. So yeah, it looks like beach sand. And yeah, let's have a look there. So the hypothesis was confirmed, and yes, there was beach sand in that vial. Of course, now there's not. And so we're going to look at another hypothesis, and we're going to say, you know what? There is no sand in that vial. And so we got to set up our criteria, and the governing body has stated that you have to cover up the bottom part of the vial. I'm not going to get into the reason why. It's just that's the way it is. So, can you see any sand in that vial? No. No, that bottom stuff is there, covering that up. So, from here up, there is no sand in that vial. The criteria also says that we use this filter material, and we pour the sand onto the material, the receiver here, and when we have a look at it, yeah, see, there is no sand in that vial. And of course, when you pour the sand on top of that filter material, it goes through. There was sand in there, but according to the criteria that's been set out for this scientific experiment, the hypothesis that there was no sand in that vial is also correct. Was it really correct? Well, there was sand that was poured on top of there, but it didn't count because the criteria, for whatever reason, said they could do it this way. So if you're testing, let's say you're testing to find out whether or not frogs get cancer from a certain drug, a chemical. And so you administer it, and say after 90 days, everything's good, everything checks out fine, doesn't cause any problems. But then after 120 days, they start getting sick and they start getting cancer. Well, the study only needed 90 days, right? So that criteria can make or break a scientific study. And if you start out your scientific study and you find, oh, it's causing this problem after 120 days, but you also notice that after 90 days everything still looks cool, then you could build that into your criteria. And the governing bodies will do this sometimes too, is they'll build that into their criteria and say, yeah, you only have to test for 90 days. And so that is how science is fake. That's why I don't trust half the science that's out there, because I know and I see how that stuff is done. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, and make sure you drop a comment below and let me know what you think about this. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, and until next time, have a good one.